I'm really trying to do one of these lives every single week again. Before I was doing them on a computer, but now I'm kind of turning them into kind of AMA style and just to get my thoughts down and to have a better interaction with you guys because I know with video it's kind of like one way where you guys comment and I reply to the comment. We don't have really anything like the live chat feature with Go Lives or lives. But just wanted to do this live and talk about several topics that's from the title, the Holoport USB that I mentioned several months ago. Wanted to talk about where that is at. I can't reveal too much information because I'm not privy to much information. But there's that. There's also whether the dip is in, which I don't think it is. If you guys are watching right now and you're wondering, is the dip in? Did I miss it? The answer to that is I don't think you missed it yet. Uh, I'm also looking after a dog right now, so gotta make sure he doesn't go chase a squirrel. But to the point, the dip I don't think it's in yet. And also we're gonna talk about energy vampires because it's been a pretty long weekend for me, and I just want to talk about kind of people networking and getting the right people on your side because I know that for a lot of us who are in crypto right now, when you talk about crypto to maybe a majority of your friends, they'll probably think you're crazy. So you can't really vibe with them that well. And like I said before in my previous lives, I feel closer to you guys in the YouTube community just because when I talk about things like crypto, I don't get crazy looks or anything like that. I don't know if any one of you guys experience the same, but let me know in the comments whether you get that as well. But let's start from the top. Let's start with Holoport USB. So I had a meeting, or I had a get together with the founders. We just got a beer over at Caboose over in Virginia, and both of them were there's a lot of things going on, and how they went about promoting that was not the right way. I think a lot of people can agree with that. But there's a lot of things going on in the background, and things are getting close as far as I've heard. Again, remember this is a third party information, so you're not hearing it from the source, and there's always miscommunications. But I'm just gonna say, if you had bought or joined the waiting list on Holoport USB, it's not a rug pull. I met the two founders; they're very legit and genuine people. I know that when it comes to crypto, and we've experienced some crazy things over the past month and a half or 2 months with Voyager, Celsius, Terra Luna, and things like that. But with Holoport USB, right now I can confidently say that at some point they're going to deliver. They have some very good things coming on, and I think that they're actually very healthy for the Holochain team because how I was discussing it with them is that this is how I see it. The Holochain team are very focused on developing and making things are efficient. But I've said this in my previous videos in that their marketing, I'm just gonna say it sucks. So that's all fine because I'm a developer as well. I'm a software engineer by trade. And I understand that with software engineers, we just want to make cool shit, but sometimes we get so into it that we don't realize people need to get paid, people need to eat. There's only a certain amount of runway, and I don't think they realize that. So they really have to sell it, especially with people who have these like big gigantic hollow boards. I have one too, and it's turned off right now because I'm not earning anything with it. I think what most people want is they want the ability to earn money, which is not a thing right now. So I think with Holoport USB, they actually light a fire under their butt to get things moving because they have a very strong community. The Holochain community is very strong, but you can't keep everybody waiting while you're playing around with developing things. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. What else is there? Buying the dip. I do not think the dip is in yet. So there's a lot of money that are just sitting in the sidelines. I know last week I think GDP came out and nothing really happened. I mean that was priced in already. If you're aiming for something big to drop it like Bitcoin back down to 18K or 17K or something, I think we might see that point one more time, honestly. Um, if you're looking for 13K or something, then I think something big might have to happen. Might have to happen. Tongue twister. For example, Pelosi is traveling to Taiwan, I hear, so that is gonna be an iffy thing because we'll see what happens because there's a potential black swan event there because black swan event, the definition of that is you never know, you can't predict black swan events, they just happen. So China has said that if Pelosi visits Taiwan, there's going to be some serious consequences. Looks like that is going through as far as what I've been reading on Twitter, and she will be the highest politician to go over there since 1997 when the last House Speaker visited Taiwan. So, you know, tensions are tight, is how I see it, between U.S. and China, and don't know what those consequences are. But if it ends up to be war, then I could see that dropping the market down, like including Bitcoin, to 13K, which presents a buying opportunity. That's when you want to buy. So I don't think the dip is in yet. I think we have until maybe the end of the year until we see some very good prices. So I'm still sitting on my money right now. Aside from that, energy vampires. So here's a little story. This past weekend, I was basically off at anime convention. If you don't know, I love anime. But I invited a friend over, and it was a girl, and she came over for 4 days. Now I met her 5 years ago. 5 years ago, it was very cool. Like we vibed, and with time, people change. And I want to get to this lesson that how do I put this? Let's go through the story first. So we vibed then, but I found out when she arrived that we didn't vibe anymore, and every other word that came out of her mouth was negative, and coming from someone who had kind of like a near-death experience, and during that same time, a girl that I was seeing kind of kicked me to a corner. So that kind of kicked me down to the bottom of the bottom, and I had to climb my way back up. And through personal development, which I really recommend everybody to do and stuff like that, that really helped me grow. So I'm very sensitive to negativity, and maybe you should too, because if you're finding yourself not attracting the right people, and here's my theory: if you find yourself, I don't know, attracted by people who kind of brings your energy down, they're not the type of people you want to be around. But at the same time, you have to ask yourself, what is it about my energy that is attracting these people? Because you know what they say. The saying goes is what was it? Feathers of a bird flock together. So positive people attract positive people. They hang around positive people. Negative people, they attract negative people, and that's what they're gonna get. So what I don't want people to do is just fall into that death spiral, right? Because if you are a negative person, you attract negative people. That's just gonna spiral itself, reinforce each other. If you're positive, that's just gonna reinforce each other. So there's that law of averages. The 5 people who you're around the most is gonna influence the type of person that you're gonna become, right? So if you're hanging around 5 millionaires, who's the sixth millionaire gonna be? That's gonna be you. So I really believe in that. But yeah, as soon as it was the longest 4 days of my life, at some point, I mean, like on the second day, I was spitting out blood. That is how much kind of negativity affects me, because that stuff is, you don't want to be around that stuff. So just be aware of people who kind of drain the energy from you. You don't want to be around them for too long. And if you could, even if it's family, if it's blood, put them at arm's length. Minimize the amount of time you spend with them, because you don't want to be the next negative person, because that's just going to cause a downward spiral of attracting the people you might not want in your life. And that also affects the success and how far you want to go, your goals, your achievements, your dreams. So if you are serious about your dreams and the achievements you want to create, the dent you want to put in the universe, then that's something to be aware of. But with everything comes a silver lining. During those past 4 days over the weekend, I really thought that, all right, the people that were in my life prior to all this change for myself, they are the majority, right? So I don't know if you guys experience the same. Let me know in the comments. But it's really hard to kind of find people you really vibe with. One reason I love this community that we have here is that a lot of us think kind of alike. We're all in crypto. We're all super early adopters, and I would imagine that there are some of us who are very positive people, like, I don't know, just to call out several names: Manny G, Mr. Papa Lava. I know Jared and Edward. You guys are awesome, and I know Jared and Edward. You guys have to meet, because I know both of you have my number and you text me every so often, and you guys potentially would probably be good business or networking partners, which kind of brings me to the other point. I wanted to make a group where you guys can meet each other, because I know there are some of you guys who share the same stories as you. And I was Stephanie, you yourself had the same story of kind of having a near-death experience and how that changed you, similar to my experience, my near-death experience in paragliding, how that changed me. Really enjoy hearing stories like that, and I feel that there's a heck of a lot more of you guys who have stories like that, who are working on your own business, who wants to network with people, but it's a real big struggle because you're growing so much, you're growing so fast that the people that you hang out with, we all have those people, and I'm not telling you to cut off those people because they were there when you didn't come out of your cocoon yet and blossomed as the person you are now. But I'm thinking of starting a Discord server for you guys, and this is going to be a paid server. I'm not sure how much it's going to be. The reason it's going to be paid is because only people who kind of value these things are going to be willing to pay to meet high quality people. Like I don't mind spending a couple hundred, couple $1,000s right now to meet high quality people because I know that they're going to bring me to another level. I can talk business with them. I can talk about life experiences. And I don't know, I'm single right now. And if you're single, it's difficult being in the community we are now. I don't know if you guys have the same experience, to be in the niche that we are now at the forefront and just talking to other people who are kind of more conservative, they don't believe in crypto and stuff like that. It's difficult to get a connection going. So that's the reason behind the Discord. Not only could we talk about crypto, I could do more videos on certain tokens that are, let's just say, the YouTube algorithm doesn't like that much. For example, I haven't been doing much on tokens lately, so thanks, Entertainment. Yo, man, I haven't seen you in a while, Entertainment. Where have you been? Missed you, bro. Um, but yeah, a lot of the news I've been covering is a lot surrounding the bankruptcies. I know. Thanks for you guys for sticking around. Trying to do some more veracity and KDA, but those videos are not being pushed out by YouTube that much. And with 10 minutes, I can't really go that much in depth. So I don't know. With Discord, I'm planning to host kind of like a weekly Zoom or something, where people can just sync up and ask questions, get me to do whatever technicals on tokens that they're interested in, get the answers right to you instead of waiting around for the video that might come, might not come. So that's some idea there. But I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Is that something that you'd be interested in? I don't know. I'm trying to make it as cheap, probably like $30 or something, as much as you'd go. That's how much people spend, I feel, on a date or going for beers. It's like $30 for the month, something like that. So that's some ideas I've been playing around with just to get myself around people that inspire me, bring me up, brings me the positive energy. And I know in this group, there's a ton of you guys who always brings that to the table, brings that to the comments. I see you, I read all of your comments, and I can't appreciate you guys more for doing that because that's really motivating for me and motivating for other people, I'm sure, who's in the same kind of situation right now where, crypto isn't doing too good, stocks isn't doing too good, everything's going down all the time. But lately, I think since GDP came up, Bitcoin and Ethereum and a lot of other cryptos have been going up in a so-called relief rally. A lot of people do think it's a bull trap. I also think it's a bull trap, so watch out. I'd say dollar cost average with respect to that. But other than that, that's really all I got for this video. Just wanted to make an update. Let me know in the comments what you think if you made it this far to our live, and would really want to hear your opinions, your feedback, and what you think about, energy vampires, Holoport, buying the dip, and this Discord idea that I wanted to start to bring all you guys together in one room. Other than that, guys, remember to keep working, keep building, keep inspiring, and don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button. All right, guys, see you later.